directors. Drew, Ernesto.
Yes, Brandon too.
So basically, we're working with Nova Coach to create a phone slash mobile app called Nova Connect. So basically, what this app does is it helps people that attend business conferences to track sales leads easier. So from last time, we have cleaned up our UI a lot since now we all have a better understanding of how Ruby works with HTML. Also, we've learned how to create a session properly, so we actually have user login, do everything, and they log out, and it actually saves all their information. So now it's just yeah, and also through that we have fixed the authentication token error that we were getting last time. So we have also implemented a main menu that strings together all the functionality that we have so far. So one thing that we added from last time is show conferences, which will pull from our database and pretty much show like a list of all the possible conferences that there are. So now let's just create a conference.
Sounds good.
So one thing we added from last time, we had this as well, but now that once we create a conference, the idea is that you want to add yourself as an attendee. So seeing an attendee being you, being the Nova Coach workers as well, will be attending this conference. So just make a quick dummy conference. Okay. Once we created, we've got this new attendee. So pretty much, this is just for you to make yourself into the conference. This is because again, another one. Alright, so there's nothing go by about our for show conferences. You want to go back to that? You want to talk about what's our functionality for it afterwards?
Alright, so what doesn't exist, but what we want to do in the future is, given this list of conferences is just like configure them and also get other attendees to join conferences.
I think one of those is color, give them some sort of color code for like which is going on in the moment, which is you're part of, and like see give other settings as well as the side for it. We're gonna go back to our main menu. Another thing that we're working that our main functionality to our app is our create new lead, which we're going out and talk about it.
Okay, so basically our app would be for like sales per se to be used at like a conference, and then basically we want our app to be a way for that, because right now currently there is like if you try to get the info, let's say you'll be getting like, oh, maybe a business card or somebody will have like a QR code that you pull out BlackBerry out, 2000, try to search it, look it up. But what we want to do, what our app does for managing lead, we use Sugar CRM. At the moment, it's just a local one I set up on a local machine, but in the future we'll have it linked with Nova. Like they have a Sugar, like Justin, did you show?
So
This is how the Sugar CRM, like the portal will look, and then pretty much our functionality is adding in lead to the list, and
Here's the most recent
like
one,
the
for
lead
example.
just added, and the lead is also connected to like an account. An account in this case is like a company's name. So let's say if you have like, oh, I have a company Nova Coach, then I have 5 leads from their company, and then if you go into account sale and account on top, you can say, oh yeah, these are here. And you click on the company name, let's say, on the bottom where the leads, you can see the leads that we just added.
So you go back to our main one. So yeah, pretty much leads is the main thing that this app app is going to be about. That's pretty much what like to help manage portfolio leads. But another thing we're working on that is like a little thing
Okay, and
for so the best way to connect with these leads is to give away free stuff. So the other thing we're trying to implement, or we did implement at the moment, is we're using Play Lottery. So you go to that. So what this does is connect to our sugar leads database, gets the total number of leads, and just randomly generates a number and gets the field for them. So pretty much this time, your first name and last name, Tim Chan, email. They say they want a free card, not a free card, but they want a prize. The deal for this is, at the moment, it's just a generation, it's just generating a number. But in the future, we're going to actually give control to that, because we actually want to see who has the best potential to actually work with us, or we wish work for them, where they could be more profitable.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, they could be more profit. So pretty much at the moment, it's just that.
It'll be based on opportunity.
yeah, it's gonna be both random and also just like for the business strategy.
How much does it charge you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And another thing we're working on, so this app will be mobile, so we're working on that.
So what I initially had today was showing off how we use a tool called PhoneGap, which lets you take your website and put it on the phone, and you can access the like camera and such just using HTML. But I wasn't able to get an Apple developer's license, but we do have that going. It's not perfect, it's not pretty, but yeah. So eventually, what we're hoping to do is be able to take a business card or a QR code, scan it in, and then it'll automatically fill out the lead generation page. And so that's going to be our vision for the next one.
At the moment, we pretty much got main functionality worked out. We still work on a little bit of logistics. Of like UI, more UI, adding clean up.
Yeah, and the front end spent this quarter like just basically understanding and working a lot more with HTML and Ruby, since like this is our first time working with all the technology that we have. But then at this point we have pretty much like cleaned up a lot of our UI, and everything is resizable and it won't bug out as it did like at our last demo.
That's pretty much it. Is there any questions, Trent? Yes.
What was that bug? How did you fix it?
I believe it was to do with sessions.
Which one? Because
Yeah,
so we had two bugs last time we presented. One was the authenticity token, and then we fixed that by implementing the Ruby code inside HTML code properly. Because what we did before was we didn't know how to use both at the same time, so we just kind of took Ruby code and then open up that file in a web page, and then looked at page source and just kind of like hard coded our HTML file. But then now we actually know how it works out, and we also have created sessions, so that doesn't happen anymore. And then for our resizing bug, it was pretty much just not completely understanding how basically how the sizing worked with different functions, like allocating like the width and height size and stuff like that.
Any questions?
So it sounds like the main value that your project is going to offer users is what's to come, like the mobile version that can scan a QR code and take a picture of a business card. Because it looks like with this this interface right here, the Sugar, you could do the same basic, input all the lead data and stuff, right? To make new leads and stuff.
Yeah.
So the novel part, I guess, of your project is still to come. The being able to do more than just manual entry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
got it.
Manual entry.
And one thing that Renato, the Mount Mentor told us would be good to look into is that some conference you go would not have like internet connection,
Mhm.
and then you would have a problem like logging in. We wanted to be able to have like an offline version of the app where we could just get the information, save it to a file, and then in here there's actually like a import through file,
Okay.
through file, and then we're planning to use that for in case that happens. Because they say that happened, that's
Yeah.
happened a lot when you go like the internet can't do it.
And as for our web application, more of also the logistics of how to show who's going to this, editing to that. We don't have that yet.
Mhm.
We're just giving who's an admin, who create more conferences, who could actually delete the conference and stuff like that.
Got
That's
it.
not there yet, but it's much more on the web, back end to the web application.
Cool.
Any other questions?
Question. So I like the ambitious goal of being able to scan some aspect of the
Mhm.
cards. It's really super nice. That'd be a really cool, impressive feature. Have you thought how you're going to do that at all? Or have you done any groundwork to try to start to figure out what that's going to take to do? Or
Scanning the business
Yeah,
cards?
basically our mentor just told us that for this quarter, we should just focus on like the basic stuff. So,
And we look
we
at
haven't
some
really
like
looked into that.
image like recognition that does look, yeah, this looks pretty hard. First we wanted to probably go the easy route, the QR code first,
Yeah.
and then get that one working, and then we'll try to see what we can work from there.
okay, so you're putting the QR code as a definite deliverable, saying we're going to, this is the corridor of what we want to be able to do, and then doing some text scanning maybe.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I mean, the problem with
Right
that is like you
It's
have
possible.
to teach it like what a name is, what an address is, what a position is. You have to, you know, business cards can be different. Sometimes address will be this line, and sometimes the name will be at the bottom line. And so really, I think training like
Maybe
certain
like-
words is going to be probably the easiest way to do that. And I say easy, it's in air quotes.
There are some libraries that will, and techniques for text classification, auto text classification, figuring out, does this look like a name or does this look like an address? And there's, there is some stuff that will help you do that.